Tai Lopez SMMA. I have a backup plan. I'm unsure of whether to buy it or not. You see, I was going to do both. This and my own business. Has anyone had any experiences with this? I'm only curious because MJ says in multiple instances that these $997 products are useless, and well, this program would be the exact if I didn't have my mind set on it. Thank you, sent from my iPhone using TaperTalk. Don't believe the hype. There must be a way to see who talks the talk and who walks the walk, sent from my iPhone using TaperTalk. Tai Lopez is just the manager of a team of experts in his programs. He doesn't do all the teachings. I will take a metaphor. Do you really think that Donald Trump writes his public talks? Come on guys, wake up. LOL, do it. I feel like an idiot. We just need a change from within. I feel like I need to start over in this book. Sent from my iPhone using TaperTalk. Before you can see, you have to open your eyes and be willing to use them. Read all the gold and notable threads. That alone can take you weeks, but the insight you learn will be worth far more than $997. I am not sure I fully understand all the comments in this thread, but regarding Tai Lopez, or anyone else, the programs could very well work, but most do not fully. I know for a fact that a lot of these guys bank on the inaction of people. In other words, most sell these programs knowing that 99% of people won't even start the first step or barely do anything. Most people want to know how the magic trick is done, but won't perfect doing the magic trick. If you want something to work, it is going to take focused, direct action on it. If you are committed to it, then I suppose one of these programs may very well work. The reason I say that is because the second you run into a problem with it and you are focused on resolving it. Don't buy it if you are not all in. I'm 23, have been a thief all my life. Finally found a community. Not just this one but many. I hope I can bring back all of what I have stolen. And some sent from my iPhone using TaperTalk. Kinda tired of judging people I haven't met. On the same level as Donald Trump is an a-hole, yet 99.9% of those people haven't met them. I tend to think the opposite of most. So therefore Tai Lopez is a genius that gets others to do his bidding for him. Sadly, that's not what he teaches. Even if you meet him, it wouldn't change your opinion. He gives you action steps instead of the beliefs that take time. All these gurus preach action, but it could just be a ruse. I don't want any trouble, I just see that some products would be in favor than others. You have to be yourself and build upon it. Sent from my iPhone using TaperTalk. The MFSHIO Project podcast might interest you. It contains lots of golden nuggets and good info. Andy Frisella can be a bit over the top, but he's the real deal. If you enjoyed and/or you'll enjoy the MFSHIO podcast. Many of Andy's views overlap with the principles found in MJ's books. I wouldn't give Tai Lopez a dime. Plenty of good people out there are sharing their knowledge for free or for 95% less than some bogus $997 course. Then again, the best way to learn more than you can from any course, book, podcast, whatever, is to just get started on something of your own. Let the third-party knowledge supplement your own journey. He is good. I never put any thought into him. I guess it's been this mindset of without, or shortcut. He said you can't give up either. You must push forward. No doubt, never give up. Push through, and take action. Sent from my iPhone using TaperTalk. You really haven't given us enough information. What kind of business have you started? How will this program help with that? What are you expecting to learn? What are you looking to learn? A polished and well-marketed $997 course might not be what you You seek the seductive and seemingly easy solution it promises. This might be just a distraction. If the course was going to teach you something more tactical and actionable, sure, go for it. Like how to create a Facebook ad or how to source products from China, but these mindset and generic pump-up courses that never promise anything specific reek of something you don't actually need. The more vague the pitch for a program or course is, the more you should steer in the other direction. Trust me, I've done marketing for these exact promises and kind of products. Honestly, this is going to sound cheesy, but all the mindset stuff you need is in the 2 books that are talked about on this site. Invest that money into your business or idea. You'll learn a lot more by just doing. Edit, I just realized what you're looking to buy is for some social media marketing agency thing, not his popular 67 steps thing. Either way, I think most of what I said still applies. I once bumped into Tai Lopez in JFK Airport after a trip to LA. I went up to him and we chatted for a bit. He seemed to ask me smart questions about a hair and skincare business I run. Before we each left, he gave me a free ticket to one of his largest seminars. I went and I liked it. He is a smart guy who knows a lot about a lot of things. Surely a ton of what he does for his own marketing purposes. I found it amusing and smart how when checking into the seminar each person was greeted by a salesperson looking to upsell you for a special VIP lunch with Tai. Each salesperson was also accompanied by an attractive girl. I can't comment on his $997 program. The thing I went to for free was selling for between $100 and $200. I believe people can learn a lot from Tai Lopez. Whether the program is worth $997 is surely an individual matter. There are plenty of smart people on this forum helping out for free. You can learn far more about marketing by watching and listening to Tai than you can by taking his course. Save your money. Read the gold threads by, and if you want to get an idea for how to market services to small business owners. The right questions are not being asked and the answers given seem to deflect. So I am now out of this thread. What do you want to get out of taking the course? Edit, I really must get me one of them fancy landing pages and up my course to $997. Or maybe $970. As Mark Cuban says, real growth of an entrepreneur starts when you stop looking for answers outside of yourself. You have a mind of your own, it's a tool, learn how to use it, you can use it to create new ideas and solve problems. 99% of the material sold for $1,000 is nothing you wouldn't find in a wiki article or on GeoOgle. Most people who sell these courses know that people are lazy and want everything in a silver bullet. Here's an idea: if you create a new innovation to a complex problem and you patent it and become a millionaire, do you think that solution was directly found in a $1,000 course somewhere? Of course not. Here again our social conditioning interferes with our best interest. You were conditioned to think you are a dumbass and you need to be taught and spoon-fed everything cheesy and read a textbook instead of figuring out how to use your mind to find new solutions and new ideas that don't exist yet. Hard. From what I've heard, this is all about managing or growing the social media pages of small businesses that know very little about this for a monthly fee. It sounds like a reasonable business model, but you need to know how to grow them and what sort of content to post, the latter which can't really be taught in a course unfortunately because it's so individual to each business. Also, from what I've heard, he doesn't really go through any real tactics to grow the social media either, like DM or Telegram groups and follow bot sect. Give it a go if you think you can learn yourself how to do these things and sell these businesses on it too, which in all fairness, he might go through. If you can't bring the businesses any results, they'll soon cancel, so prepare for that. Ask around and look what he says is actually in the course before committing to. I think Tai Lopez does tend to sell the dream and exaggerates what he has. If he ever says that he has 100 hours of training, Just remember that 95 of those hours will be him going off topic about random anecdotes and quoting billionaires. Good luck. Here's 19 pages about Tai Lopez, from members on this forum. The longer you spend in the entrepreneurial community, the better feeling you get about all this stuff. You also start to recognize names, hear about reputation, start seeing referrals, start seeing testimonials from folks you trust, etc. The problem with courses and events and meetups is that the marketing behind the good ones are done almost identically to the bad ones. Because the marketing works really, really well, and it's a lot easier to learn how to market a course than it is to produce a good quality one. It's almost impossible to tell the difference without having some background on the purveyors. My advice for you is don't spend a dime on courses, yet. Instead, do what MJ suggested and read all the free information here. Start with golden notable threads. Consider an insider membership on this forum to access real progress threads and insights from folks walking the walk. Pick up both books the forum is based around. Right there, in those 3 little bullet points, is hundreds of hours worth of information from folks who are walking the walk. These seminars remind me of Tony Robbins, and the stuff he sells. Although he has a very positive message, people can't wait to give him thousands of dollars to tell them they aren't worthless. If this is what you need to hear, perhaps there are bigger issues than you realize. 10 years ago, maybe, I would say paying for a business seminar may have value, but with the expanse that is the www, there is no reason free information cannot be obtained that can guide and answer your questions to damn near anything. Granted, I bought both of MJ's books, so not free, but it was the kick in the ass I needed to move forward. Just like I tell my computer ignorant aunt when she asks me silly questions, Google is your friend. And she eventually finds the answer she is looking for, has a better concept of the knowledge, and has a better grasp on using a search engine, than if I had just told her the answer. I had to Google this because I know who Tai Lopez is but not what a SMMA was. In my opinion, the landing page stinks of the classic bait for folks who see bling, fancy cars, big numbers with dollar signs, and go into these things head first only to be out thousands. The majority of the page is copyright dick swinging about Tai's stuff and money. Not unusual for Tai Lopez, but still tacky. Not to mention the circling of posts from people who were allegedly successful from his course and now make such and such thousands a month caught my eye. Cherry-picked positive reviews are always a red flag for me, which compel me to search for the negative ones. This allows better insight on the course. Those posts don't give the nitty-gritty like a negative post will. From the looks of it, this is your run-of-the-mill repackage information a person could easily learn for a few bucks or free via books or videos, but overcharge because a popular name is attached. Gimmick. As mentioned by most of the shit he's hawking is useful and real, but it's stuff you could easily learn on your own if you were dedicated enough. Judging by a few reviews and people who did give it a shot but weren't happy, you're slowly fed videos on different topics. And I've seen enough Tai Lopez content to tell you he will mostly waste time self-aggrandizing, making anecdotes about his rich friends, name-dropping who did this or that, and other bullshit to pad the video. In the 4 months he wants you to dedicate to his program, you could probably learn a bulk of it on your own, for free, at an even quicker time frame. All in all, it's up to you. If you're still starry-eyed and want to take the gamble, it's your money. Who knows, maybe you'll learn something valuable. Hell, it might even work out for you. But be wary, do your research, and look for alternatives. They are out there. If you do go for it, but it doesn't work out, don't be afraid to ask for a refund. If you want to start helping other businesses with their marketing, then literally go out and find a business who'll agree to you helping them. Then help them. Start with the people who you already know. Family, friends, owners of your favorite restaurant, gym, bar, hotel. Maybe offer it free for a month or 2, or maybe for a low fee. This is proper learning. You'll learn how to sell your services, even if it's free. You'll learn how to deliver your services, do it right, and you might even get paid to learn, instead of paying to learn. While you're paying $1,000 on a course to learn Facebook marketing, someone else is getting paid $1,000 to apply it. I disagree. I know plenty of really well-off entrepreneurs from this forum who have been to and swear by various high-quality events, seminars, meetups, etc. At their core, they are highly valuable networking events with very high-quality panel discussions. Hell, I got my start in entrepreneurship by going to this forum's officially unofficial meetup years back. I met new friends, was exposed to new experiences, expanded my network in meaningful ways, and learned a ton from the speakers. Far more value than I could have gained through a Google search. There's absolutely more to learning than words and videos on the internet. I have got so much help from Tony Robbins, from the free material all over the web, and a library book. I have no reason to think I'd ever spend a penny funding his next jet helicopter. Never did figure that one out. He is really smart, has some really good insights, and has done some really cool stuff. But if everyone who paid for his seminars lived their potential, this world would look a lot different than it does today, methinks. But did you pay thousands of dollars to attend? I'm not saying there isn't any value to seminars, but is the ROI worth it? Again, I guess that depends on what you're looking for. Hey, if you think hearing TR speak for $5,000, it's your money, spend it how you want. Agree 100%. He is very smart and has a lot of information, but I would never spend a dime, let alone the $5K plus he charges for seminars to hear I'm not living my potential. This is where a Google search of TR comes in. The truth-free content is out there. This X1000. You don't need to spend $997, you just need common sense and half your brain. Reminds me of this. I would have done the same thing. Sometimes I think these seminars and rah-rah jump and down events are specifically targeted for people who are more action fakers than action takers. It feels good to jump up and down and slap your hands. It doesn't feel good grinding and doing what few others won't. As for Tai, a ton. However, your education into the madness of Tai doesn't come from his products, it comes by simply observing everything that happens before you fork over your money. And that part of his priceless education is free. Funny, he name drops Mark Cuban in his little sneak peek video for the seminar. I like to shit talk the guy because his approach is gaudy as all hell, but I will never say he isn't a good marketer of his brand. He knows his audience, he knows what gets them all excited to buy, and he makes his money. Remove the tack and appeal to the materialistic and horny, you've got something there. Now when it comes to actually teaching that's debatable. I doubt he uses most of the things he has seminars on to make his income. Most programs like this just condense and simplify information together for the lazy folks. Is the money worth it? It can be if you know what you are getting out of it. Pay a few hundred, greater than learn a few tactics and secrets, greater than six-figure business. Pay a few hundred, greater than get a simplified crash course, greater than find some gems of information but 90% freely available on the internet, greater than fail because you are doing exactly what everyone else is, greater than find out you have to think for yourself and separate yourself from the thousands of other people doing the same thing, greater than read or, greater than come back with a new perspective, greater than help businesses and profit. Do you really need to spend $700 to get the ball rolling? Or can you start now for free and decide later if you need to pay for help? I had breakfast with 4 multimillionaires this morning. None of them got where they are by purchasing an online workshop. I would bet money that the average net worth of the people who have gone through Tai Lopez's program is under 10 grand. Put my vote down for massive action fake and waste of money. Entrepreneurs by definition are free thinkers outside of the norm. You can't be taught to be an entrepreneur. It isn't a step-by-step process and then one day poof you have a business. It's not a course. If you pour yourself into a business though, you can learn to be an entrepreneur. What you learn will almost always be different than what other successful people learn, and that's normal. Entrepreneurs don't have bosses. With this kind of stuff I feel like people still have a desire to be told what to do. Well, look at his guarantee. Of course he does. Social proof agreed. He is a smart guy and knows what he is doing. Which is very different from what he is selling that said, without having used the product or course or whatever, I am willing to bet someone can make ROI with it if they just take what's taught and execute it. Not necessary, but if it's what someone needs to start taking action, go for it. Problem is most people don't. Exactly. I thought this conversation was very insightful. So humbled by this. Not sure if you can learn from this thread, but reviewing it did it for me. I was blundering all this weird shit at the beginning. This dogma that I don't even really know if is useful. I mean, awareness is useful, but I'm not young to thinking for myself. MJ recommended going through Gold and Notable to learn and start thinking. I gave it a little while, it was tough, and gave up. I'm learning. Act, fail, learn, adjust anyway the products are out. I can do this on my own. It's all about dedication. I'm going to go through the Notable and Gold threads again, hopefully it's not too late. Maybe go through some post of people trying to figure out what to do. Wish me luck. Best, sent from my iPad using Taper Talk.